the Jamia Nagar area, and with me today the audience is a very young one of the students of Jamia Millia Islamia University. And the reason why we're coming to you from here is because there's a lot of change and a promise of a revolution that is brewing within the Muslim community. A women's organization which has been working for the last 7 years says they've now petitioned the Prime Minister demanding that the Muslim personal law be codified. They say that they want major reforms for women within law, and we've been speaking to the young women over here. They say they want things to change as well. So let me just talk to you, introduce some of these women who are fighting, who are the activists trying to bring about this change. Let me just introduce them to you before we speak to all the women over here. We have Safia Niaz, who joins us from Mumbai. She's a co-founder of this Bharatiya Muslim Mahila Andolan, and joining us are our colleagues from across the country. So we have Khatoon Sheikh, who joins us also from Mumbai. We have Safia, who joins us from Bhopal, and we have Nishat, who joins us from Jaipur. Now these women, there are certain things that they say should be done, which should be banned immediately. One, polygamy. They don't want that polygamy, the practice that has been there, which has been associated with the Muslim community, to continue. Neither do they want instant talaq, the triple talaq system instantly done. They don't want that either. Also certain other rituals like halala. Now, opposing all of that is the traditional leadership of the Muslim community. We have Arshad Sheikh, who's of the Jamaat Islami Hind, to talk about why they're opposing what the Bharatiya Mahila Muslim Andolan is trying to do. But Safia, if you can start us off, Safia Niaz in Mumbai, if you can start us off. Now you've petitioned the Prime Minister. What is it that you're hoping to achieve, and what is it that you're hoping that the Prime Minister will do? Safia, can you hear me? What is it are you hoping that Prime Minister, आप क्या चाहते हैं Prime Minister करें?
You speaking to Safia Akhtar or Noor Jahan?
Well, the co-founder of your co-founder, yes.
Noor Jahan. My name is Noor Jahan.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, what we are trying to tell the Prime Minister is that the Muslim law is not codified in India, and as a result Muslim women are suffering, and there are a lot of problems that they are facing, and the prominent among all other problems is the issue of oral divorce. And we've been getting a number of cases where women are being divorced orally through SMSs, through WhatsApp, through any means that is available to the men. And the marriage is terminated immediately. And what happens to these women, what happens to her children? There is absolutely no process of arbitration. The man decides how and when the marriage will end, and this he is able to do because the Muslim law is not codified. So our demand is that as there is a Hindu Marriage Act for the Hindus, as there is a personal law for the Christians, for the Parsis, every religious minority, majority community is having their own personal law codified. So our demand is in the same line that Muslim family law also needs to be codified. There has to be a law in place which says how the divorce will happen, what will be the age of marriage, whether the man will be able to have multiple wives or not. So these are the demands that we are having right now.
Okay, and I've been speaking to the women over here about a lot of your demands, going over them one by one. Triple talaq, do you all agree with what they are saying on triple talaq and instant talaq? Do you all think it should be stopped?
Yeah, we
You all
agree with that.
Yeah, okay. And is there is someone who said that no, the triple talaq thing should continue. आपने कहा था ना कि it should be stopped immediately. आपको भी लगता है it should be stopped immediately? Now there is another thing. You were talking about the whole halala system, which is what the organization is opposed to, and that is basically the practice of remarrying, a ban on remarrying without going through certain rituals of marrying somebody else. The same man and woman can't remarry without going through. What is the reason that you're opposed to what they're demanding, a scrapping of that? Why do you support this? Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, I am totally with them that this halala system should be banned. Why do women have to suffer for what?
Yeah, go ahead.
Why do women have to suffer for what men, if men gave them talaq, then why women have to go through all this pain of marrying the other guy and then having whole things done and consummating the relationship and then remarrying the same husband if we want?
But you don't agree with her.
I also agree.
You also agree with that. Did you have a different point of view on this? Yeah. Go ahead.
support halal system.
You support it. Why do you support it?
I support it. I think that I follow Islamic law. I think that's a halal system. I am against triple talaq, but I support halal system.
You support halal. So Khatun Sheikh, I wanted to ask you, do you feel that you have a majority of the Muslim women with you, or do you accept the fact, like we're seeing over here, a little bit of difference of opinion on some of the ideas that you're pushing?
बोलो हिंदी में बात करो।
हिंदी में बोलेंगे तो ठीक
जी जी बोलिए, आप हिंदी में बोलिए। हाँ,
अब सवाल हिंदी में पूछिए।
मैं ये पूछना चाहती हूँ, आपने देखा है कि आपको लगता है सारी औरतें आप लोगों के साथ हैं, या फिर आप लोग जानती हैं कि कुछ महिलाएं आपसे आपके साथ नहीं हैं?
कुछ महिलाएं नहीं, जिसको तकलीफ़ है वो बिल्कुल हमारे साथ है, क्योंकि आज जो हमने आवाज़ उठाया, आज 25 साल से इसी इशू के ऊपर हम काम कर रहे हैं और हमें पता है कि क्या है ये। इसके लिए हम बिल्कुल झिझकते नहीं हैं। जो औरतें हमारे साथ हैं वो हम उसका वेलकम करते हैं।
जी, before I go to all the women, you've heard a lot of the demands that they've been making, whether it's the codification of the personal law or it is the triple talaq, instant talaq. Why is it that you don't support any of their ideas?
First of all, I want to say that the Muslim personal law is an intrinsic part of the religion of Islam. The laws related to your personal affairs, be it marriage, meher, dissolution, divorce, inheritance, they are enshrined in the Quran. So if you talk of changing that, it implies that you are interfering in our religion, which we do not accept, because this is constitutionally guaranteed
and that
to
is
us.
the basic idea why you're opposing these.
Exactly.
So Safiya ji, आप इनको respond करेंगी? इन्होंने जो कहा कि basically ये जो आप लोग codification मांग रहे हैं कि ये सारे जो आप systems बदलना चाहते हैं, वो कह रहे हैं वही करना इस्लाम के खिलाफ है, तो आप लोग उस पे क्या कहेंगी? सफिया जो भोपाल में है, आप बताइए।
मुझे बोलना है? जी जी, देखिए, जो आपने अभी कहा कि उसमें कोई तब्दीली नहीं हो सकती, शरीयत में कोई तब्दीली नहीं हो सकती, तो हम लोग शरीयत में तब्दीली कुरान की बेस पे चाह रहे हैं। जो कुरान में लिखा हुआ है, हम ये चाह रहे हैं कि कुरान में जो लिखा है उस तरीके से शरीयत हो। तो हम शरीयत को नहीं बदल रहे हैं, क्योंकि हमारा जो शरीयत कानून बना है वो कुरान, सुन्ना, इजमा और कयास, इन 4 चीज़ों से बना है। तो हम ये चाहते हैं कि जो कुरान में लिखा हुआ है हमारा कानून उस हिसाब से बने, क्योंकि कुरान में जो तलाक का तरीक़ा है वो हमारी सोसाइटी में राइज नहीं है। हमारे माशरे में उसका गलत इस्तेमाल किया जा रहा है। 3 बार तलाक तलाक कह के 1 सेकेंड में औरत को बेघर कर दिया जाता है, जबकि अगर हम कुरान के हवाले से बात करें तो कुरान की सूरह बकर की आयत नंबर 229 से 232 तक और सूरह तलाक की आयत नंबर 1, 2, 4 और 6 में अल्लाह पाक ने तलाक का तरीक़ा बताया है। तो हमारा कहना यह है कि क्यों हम मुस्लिम पर्सनल लॉ में तब्दीली नहीं कर सकते, क्योंकि जब कुरान हमसे कह रहा है और कुरान में जो कुछ लिखा हुआ है वो हम उसको लागू कर सकते हैं, तो फिर क्यों हम उसमें तब्दीली नहीं कर सकते? हम शरीयत कानून को नहीं बदलना चाह रहे, हम शरीयत कानून को कुरान के बेस पे लाना चाह रहे हैं।
आप लोगों ने, you've all heard both points of view, his point of view, which is the more kind of traditional point of view, and the point of view of the women's group. How many of you agree with what the women are saying, the women's group is saying? You're nodding your, yeah.
I think कि ये बिल्कुल सही कह रहे हैं कि बहुत सारे मिसकंसेप्शंस हैं, तो जो मेन सोसाइटी ने अपने एडवांटेजेस के लिए इसको मिसकंसेप्शन बना करके अपने लिए यूज करा। फॉर एग्जांपल पॉलीगैमी का आप कॉन्सेप्ट ले लें, तो बेसिकली पॉलीगैमी इज ऑल अबाउट कि अगर आप 4 वाइफ अफोर्ड कर सकते हैं, उनको इक्वल ट्रीटमेंट मिलना चाहिए।
ओके,
बेसिकली अगर आप चारों को,
so you think that the leadership is using that
exactly
for their own advantage? Yeah, 1 second, sir. Yeah. What did you want to say?
They are using for their own motives, and the people
they come under their traps and they're following it.
And that's why you support those women.
Yeah,
who are
I'm
demanding
supporting
this.
that women.
Okay, you
Those
don't
women.
agree, yeah.
Yeah. Ma'am, I would like to say
Yes.
that the Islamic laws, the Quranic laws, they are divine laws. They have been revealed to the last prophet, so nobody can change that law. As far as the triple talaq, the triple pronouncement of the talaq is concerned or divorce is concerned, it is completely un-Islamic. It is against the nature.
Okay, but you know, when the women say that their interpretation, they're not trying to change the Quran, they're trying to change the fact that some people misuse it. Do you accept it then?
So instead, no,
Yeah.
I accept, but the codification is wrong because it is already codified in Quran.
Okay.
And
Okay,
the
so
triple.
निशात, in Jaipur, अगर आप ये जो codification की बात हो रही है, I think most of the traditional leadership are against the codification of the personal law. तो आप इस पे क्या कहेंगे? आपने सुना this young, you're a student in Jamia? Yeah. So a research scholar, this is what they are saying, this is what they are opposing. How, आप कैसे respond करती है निशात जी? 1 second, okay, yeah, 1 second. निशात जी आप बताइए.
नहीं ये जी अभी ये जो बच्चा बोल रहे थे कि कोडिफिकेशन होना नहीं चाहिए, कुरान में कोडिफिकेशन है, बिल्कुल सही बात है कि उसका कोडिफिकेशन वहाँ पर है, लेकिन आप मुझे ये बताइए कि मैं एक आयत को लेकर किसके पास जाऊं कि मुझे प्रॉपर्टी राइट्स मिले हुए हैं, मुझे जीने का अधिकार मिला हुआ है, मुझे घर में रहने का अधिकार मिला हुआ है, मुझे एजुकेशन का अधिकार मिला हुआ है, ये आयत को निकाल के मैं किसके पास जाऊं कि मेरी फरियाद सुनी जाए और मैं जो चाहती हूँ वो होना चाहिए। तो उसके लिए कोई भी किसी तरह का कोई इदारा ऐसा नहीं है जो हमारी बात को मान लेगा। तो कोडिफिकेशन होना तो ये बहुत ज़रूरी है, और कोडिफिकेशन होने का मतलब ये तो नहीं है कि इस्लाम ख़तरे में आ गया है या इस्लाम को बदनाम किया जा रहा है। हम औरतों को हमेशा ये कह के डरा दिया जाता है कि इस्लाम खतरे में है, ये औरतें तो बिल्कुल फॉरेन फंडिंग ले रही हैं। इस तरह की गलत फहमियाँ लोगों के बीच में पैदा करके और हमें दबाने की बात की जाती है, लेकिन हम दबने वाले नहीं हैं। कोडिफिकेशन कहीं भी अगर होता है तो बिल्कुल इस्लाम के खिलाफ नहीं है।
So you want to respond to that?
My take on what she's concerned about is that there should be a process of dialogue.
Yeah.
There should be a process of
No, but she's
reformation.
saying when I'm denied my rights of education, of property, who do I go to? Because the people who are there, they're not there, they're not interpreting it right. So who does she go to? And a lot of young women over here are nodding along. Do you accept the fact that women in the community have a problem and they want that problem addressed? So what is the leadership doing to address that?
I would say that this problem is not specific to Muslim women alone. This problem is probably related to women all over the world. Their rights are being denied. For example, in Muslim marriage, the girl is supposed to get meher,
right?
An amount of money, before,
like an alimony.
Alimony.
What they are suggesting.
There are many people who don't pay that, who don't give that meher.
Yeah.
So, what does it mean? It means that there has to be a process of reformation. There has to be a process of,
So Safia Noor Jahan, do you want to
that
quickly
doesn't mean you
respond to
change the
that?
law.
Okay.
You don't blame the law for that.
Safia Noor Jahan, do you want to quickly respond to that before we get more reactions about the fact he's saying these are problems not particular to Muslim women, these are problems for women across the country and the world?
The legal problems which Muslim women are facing are obviously very specific to Muslim women. Muslim Hindu men do not orally divorce their wives. There's a process which they follow. They go to the court and there's a procedure laid down. And for his information, Pakistan, Bangladesh, these are our neighboring countries. They have been these countries have been formed much later, and yet they have a codified Muslim family law. They are Islamic countries. Practically all Islamic Muslim nations in this world have a codified family law. Libya, Morocco, Tunisia, Turkey, Pakistan, Bangladesh, everybody has a codified law. The law may be good or bad in implementation, but there is a law in place.
I think that's a significant point you make there. Everyone is talking about polygamy. And the issue of polygamy, a lot of the women over here have very strong views about that. And one woman in the audience also supports it. We'll talk to her in just a bit. Stay with us.